In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. Learn your foreparents' ancient divine creed. Since 1913 I've been planting the seeds. Enemies planted, agents, I had to leave. I know it was abrupt, but bear with me please. Among the many teaching, man have two selves. These are lower and higher. You want the one that justice breeds. Uplifting the Moors. Be yourself is what you need. Ancient forefather didn't salat on their knees, not even under his own vine and fig trees. Fell to slavery for abandoning divine creeds. Been nationalized since 1774. Now you hurt others with hands, tongues, and thoughts. Confused at the roads when you see them cross. The object of Moor's life is to unfold, of course. Islam doesn't teach we were born in sin. If unlimited capacities can be found within, humanity has been left at the mercy of those who in them have no mercy. If only Allah guides the Moorish movement, the faith in your prophet, please don't lose it. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. Coming as he did with a national message, many disrespect and don't get the lessons. Following the speakers, not the words spoken. Connect to the higher powers or wires broken. This is our prophet, and there's none left. False prophets point followers to the joys of death. Circle 7 says Jesus, but means Ben Yosef. Where you find Allah, we know the heart is closest. To find a real prophet in these days is rare. Most propagate a faith to have the people in fear. Together we stand, divided we fall. Prophet said, study the Constitution, cause law is all divine and national principle specific. His call to all loyal and faithful Moors is specific. Most made our prophet suffer severely in the past, waving banners with the claims of a national flag. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. If you have race pride and love your race, join the MST and you must make haste. If Europeans help, then why not you? I'm your prophet. Who you think I came here to? Redeemed from the slavery state that's mental. Get off your 4 legs and out the kennel. This field is open to strong men and women, willing and seeking the kingdom of heaven. Lack of sincerity is in the churches. Lack of truth makes all religions worthless. I took a red pill and blue pill to know the ledge. Tree of life ciphers dance in my head like sugar plums. If you're sick, lime and a shot of rum. New wine and old skins will have you wasting some. Tried for many years, they still blind and dumb. Standing on the corner pushing crack and crime and guns. Hanging at high noon, a star called sun, bleaching the sellouts' bones dry, and they asking why. Schemers walk and traders grin all the time. On the high road, I watch them fall for the last time. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all, join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be.
You remember the last meeting? I was speaking about religious freedom. I was speaking about how if America said mass vaccination of smallpox, how we could say we don't want to get it under religious freedom. Right after that, didn't the president announce mass smallpox and vaccination and everything? So it's just showing you we got to stay in tune with the time. The prophet also said, quote, prophecy number 57, he said, quote, watch the newspapers and listen to the radio. I am going to make the European tell the truth. So we say in the last days, listen carefully. What you hear in the newspapers, what you see on the news. He's saying because he's going to make them tell the truth at that time. And if you listen carefully, you can distinguish the truth from what they're saying.
Ask your Garveyite and the NOI2. How come you don't know about truth? Ask your teacher, Master Masons, or your seafood. How come you don't know about truth? Go ask your reverend, ask your fam or crew. How come you don't know about truth? Ask the warlocks of rap, sipping evil witches brew. How come you don't know about truth? Elijah Pule is the Moorish National. Elijah Muhammad is the straw man shadow. New York after Malachi is owned by the British. Zadok El is on the guru waiting for the idiots. Master of gods is the Wapian's birthright. Teach from the Wapian Morse paper they want to fight. Circle 7 is the universal flag. I rep that. And Clarence 13X is my dad. Who Ali came first to save the mindless masses. Went from Moorish conventions to conscious classes. Went from feathers to kufis to baseball hats. Went from Rasta to Moorish. Replace the sash. Replace the RPG banner with a Moroccan flag. Replace Ross with cheek. Blast get toe tag. Till I see triple crown is a fez with no tassel. Showing temple cards as I need no hassle. Ask the Garveyite and the NOI2. How come you don't know about truth? Ask your teacher, Master Masons, or your seafood. How come you don't know about truth? Go ask your reverend, ask your fam or crew. How come you don't know about truth? Ask the warlocks of rap, sipping evil witches brew. How come you don't know about truth? Illuminate rap and masons, rhyming Moorish science, hip-hop renaissance, reverse Earth's global climate. Out the dark ages, many pages get burned without the chance to flip, be read or turn. No learning, blacks enslaved by the vermin. The Moors victim to Inquisition is purging. The government violating the covenant of contract. Hip-hop general, Iron Sheik, no squad, the bomb track. Moors branded like Louisville slugger bass. With a name not theirs, void ab initio contract. Most don't get it, cause they don't study the law. But they come from the galaxy behind the furthest star. To fight legal battles, they hire the bar. Who obtains lead cause you abandoned your rights thus far. Told you on Iron Sheik 2, no need to represent. Just study the prophet and what he presents. Most don't stand for what he defends. Most elders over their mouth, they need the pens. Higher self ascends, lower he descends. Conscious without a nation means he pretends. She pretends, which means we pretend. Kick up abandoned birthrights and the healing begins. Build on pillars strong like 7 North-alleged twins. Iron Sheik 100%, most are partly skimmed. Ask your Garveyite and the NOI2. How come you don't know about truth? Ask your teacher, Master Masons, or your seafood. How come you don't know about truth? Go ask your reverend, ask your fam or crew. How come you don't know about truth? Ask the warlocks of rap, sipping evil witches brew. How come you don't know about truth? You gotta know thyself or know thy death. Know thyself and know thy wealth. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself or know thy death. Know thyself and know thy wealth. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself, it's your duty. Who made him Allah? What is Allah? The feminine primordial 5-point star. Can't be seen, I meet her in the heart. Noble Drew Ali manifests as a thought. Save nations, that's the prophet's duty. Founded before New Jersey turned to New Jersey. Born in NC, 1886, teaching with Moors, not niggas and sticks. Fallen humanity, he came to uplift. I'll say Islamism when you ask what with. Northwest, a Mexim, angels manifesting. You're not a Mexican, but a Meximan. Those are the answers to their questioning. From the cast out laws represented. Higher self is virtues, mother and life. Preach justice, mercy, love and right. The higher self can't fall, will ever stand. Arm, leg, arm-headed man. No hatred, lewdness or slander. Murders, no theft or abuse from anger. MST of AAC chambers. Make young Moors think as Christ with no mangers. Teach the goddess no fear, hex up a stranger. Astral project, death comes in the form of danger. You gotta know thyself or know thy death. Know thyself and know thy wealth. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself or know thy death. Know thyself and know thy wealth. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself, it's your duty. Coming out the cares of the world on salvation. Holding humanity from the womb comes the nation. 7 days in the circle, 7 days in creation. She replaced the 7 on the Mason apron. Troglodyte cavemen are the ones aping. We are from Asia, Asiatic, not Asian. Olmec and Maroon, not Jamaican or Bayesian. For fiat, dirty Moors are really paper chasing. Like April Fools giving papal dues to the Nazi, Ashkenazi, fatal Jews. Taking directions is not paying dues. Severe Base says the news is the daily snooze. Leaving your wife and child to chill with dudes who act like fools. Getting robbed and left in blood and pools. Peace officers always begging the public for clues. You gotta know thyself or know thy death. Know thyself and know thy wealth. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself or know thy death. Know thyself and know thy wealth. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself, it's your duty. What did Sharif Abdul Ali say? We are what our foreparents were yesterday. No need for civil, we got birthrights. We struggle cause in ignorance we love to fight. Argue and quote opinions about religions. Rod taking hybrids of earth in millions. In the new ages, reveal sun pages in so-called holy books of custodial nations. With fraud, there's no statute of limitations. Abandon the original, you fell for imitations. Then fell into skin, they're calling it sin. Light beings can't comprehend the darkness they're in. Trapped like a vesture, body is the tomb. Sisters get knowledge to teach us in the womb. Truth is, you since after first school. Before the water breaks, my son would come out like Kirikou. You gotta know thyself or know thy death. Know thyself and know thy wealth. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself or know thy death. Know thyself and know thy wealth. Know thyself, it's your duty. Know thyself, it's your duty. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. We give honors to the red flag with the green 5-point star. We give honors to the prophet, Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali. We give honors to the Grand Major Temple and the Grand Body. Yeah. Know thyself. It's your duty. Know thyself. It's your duty. King Boom. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know the true our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know the true our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know the true our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know the true our leaders started propagating. Dirty Moors still attempt to infiltrate the order. Active Moors are truth and take it to the corners. Across highways, past hedges and through borders. Move on dirty Moors like broken down waters. Watch out for agents and provocateurs trying to get next to their heads with the doctor's cures. They never pay dues and don't pay dues, contradicting with King Alfred to give dues like news. Noble Jew Ali died from pale more blues. Prophet saved him his money before the floor fell through, and that's true. Even though I don't have proof, selling memory tells me don't fall for spoofs. Drop mental nuke, hanging from their own vine from the fig tree, looking up at them like Big B. No white flag or mercy for you fags. 5 point and pentagram is on our flag. Green, but not for cream. That dirty moss took to throw off the balance of the Grand Treasury books. Getting offers like high school ballers. Those that infiltrate are not Moors but robbers. Robbing the people blind, deaf, dumb, and crippled. They can't tear this up, not one drop or trickle. No matter how hard they try to perpetrate the fraud, dirty Moors always fall on their sword.
The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating.
Me nah play with uno so simmer and easy. From 19 how long me see it sleazy. So sick it's measly and disgusting. Everyone stood there. The Moors did nothing when Jew was attacked. They took the covenant that they will protect him and have his back. Behind on dues by 4 months. Going to kangaroo courts to perform stunts. Temples versus temples. Lawsuits from inner fights. Not doing their job. 3,500 for birthright. Mufti Force left supposed to be in Gucci stores. We gotta thank Allah for the Sufi Moors and Buddhist sagas. Moorish mic renaissance, not rap sagas. Confusion clearer. MC battle star wearer. Moorish nationality declarer. Straighten out the crooked ways. Rap conduct squarer.
The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating.
Let me strip them down, I'm the bone bearer. Negro, black, colored, minority, death preparer. Not the being, but the label attached. See me like Martin, going crazy, waving gas. Cause you call yourself black, that's a kick me sign on your life. Can't stab your enemy holding the blade of the knife. Numbskull MCs flow so dull that I'm pulling down Orishas like skull caps to torture the rapper, scissor sippers. Rapper, CD scratcher, insert ripper. Call me Jack and get slapped though. Admiral when I flow, major like macro. Don't spit on a cameraman like Pac will, but beat the case like Black Bill, but no lawyer. Ask Jim Carrey, liars do nothing for you while they get rich and poor you. Make you follow magistrate orders that get the coke to snort from wood corners and blocks ghetto. All I see is rappers, dress codes, repedo, tight shirts, skinny jeans looking like heavy metal bands. I'm not babe but L like dread and hands. I grab mics, no sweat in hands with birthright brands. I don't worry about getting scanned.
The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. The noble Jew our leaders started propagating.
What up? Yeah, Kia Beats. Yo, Kia, what up? I used to be scared of pigs, judges and wigs, authority abusers, inside tinted cruisers. Pull out batons, get Negroes head crack on. Stuff vests with drug notes they stole from a thug's coat. Thugs buy pitch drugs and never get caught up. Use trade tricks, these servants are made dicks. Have the front lines with dummies that know no law, to make you assume that they know no law. Smarter than a 5th grader, rights violators, oaths and badges, but acting so savage. No intellect to object or interject, civilly dead passes, all get intercept. Foul balls get caught, Negro leaders swinging and missing deliberate. Your head they deliver it to the fucking pharaoh, dressing like your ancestors. Study, Moorish Holy Quran lessons. Don't be fooled by the leaders, saying they black, taking yellow envelopes, weighing their stacks, sold you out to the lodge, and government corpses sacrifice their own to their pale guard bosses. Don't be fooled by the leaders, saying they black, taking yellow envelopes, weighing their stacks, sold you out to the large, and government corpses sacrifice their own to their pale god bosses. Moors been telling, never to the point of yelling, like black power cowards slaving, never rebelling, backstabber, all talk, never kill a cracker, or kill their own like overseers for slave master, kill their own mentally, not a physical death, not in full life, only simply dead is left. If you went right, you look up to a conscious sight, abandoning birthrights for a monstrous fight they're not prepared for, cause you don't study, lack of mental exercise, get minds water sluggy, savior waiting, when Drew said save yourself and learn to love, instead stop hating, shells filled with black books calling us Moors, no need for four-legged beasts, mauling us Moors, the status sets the stage like a costume ball banquet, suffocate devils with a Baphomet blanket, more my vessel, not anchor but anchor, we civilized sellouts will tell you we conquered, and got everything handed down like a sofa, but Europe comes from a Moorish queen Europa, America comes from Morocco, not Vespucci, Egypt is America in Illuminati movies, Bruce Almighty, use Morgan Freeman as God to prove black can't be, so stop living a fraud, wake up, can't you see your own sold you out, wake up, can't you see your own sold you out, wake up, can't you see your own sold you out, that's what Moor's been telling you about, don't be fooled by the leaders, say black, taking yellow envelopes, weighing their stacks, sold you out to the large, and government corpses sacrifice their own to their pale god bosses, don't be fooled by the leaders, say black, taking yellow envelopes, weighing their stacks, sold you out to the large, and government corpses sacrifice their own to their pale god bosses.
Well, no, y'all ain't got shit to do with me. Fuck out of here. They ain't got no fucking jurisdiction over it. We're Moors, and they know what this flag means. They know what this means.
Yeah.
Oh, they know what this means. They ain't dumb. They ain't dumb. They know this right to tell. They swore oath on this. They took an oath on this. Yeah, they took an oath on this.
This show crazy.
No, they swore oath on this. They know. Y'all want to know the day?
You don't know the day, right?
Y'all fictitious state. That's what the U.S. Citizen Day is. Fake fictitious. That's what y'all are. Y'all got no jurisdiction over us.
Yeah, fuck me.
So they ain't got no jurisdiction. This is our flag. You ain't lying. No, they can't stop you from doing nothing. They get ready to get sued. Get out of here. Get your supervisor. Thank you, man. All this. I ain't under none of y'all's jurisdiction.
Key jurisdiction. Because once he's claiming that they don't have it, and he has the flag, they don't have it. Real simple. Forget the hoopla that's going on all around. Focus on what was said 2 times. Stressing the point. You guys don't have jurisdiction. You don't have jurisdiction. And here's the flag to show you my jurisdiction. Forget papers and cards. This is what the whole point of the right to travel is, that you have your plates that has a Moorish flag on it, that they don't got jurisdiction. But you also can't be dumb nigger and have 5 ounces of coke in the trunk, or a body, or guns under the seat, or bags of weed just all over the car, or, you know, mirror missing, or light broken, or the trunk doesn't really close properly and it's up and down, but you know, because you got the flag, you can do what you want. Not really. If you want them to be straight, you need to be straight. Don't worry about them. This is your birthright. Don't get caught up with the hoopla. All the lights and don't worry about lights. Forget lights. Up to now, they still don't have jurisdiction. Oh yeah, and then take out all the swearing and stuff like that, because you already know You already know. Anybody who's been with these people know their tactics and what they drive, how they get you to go come out yourself and talk crazy. We already know what's up. We know the wicked that they did on our people. So we're not even gonna slight the elder for saying whatever he said and offend people or whatever. F you too if you're offended. You're offended. He has a flag, which is the flag of this land, which is called Morocco. Maghreb Al-Aqsa. Go look it up on anything. Book, internet, whatever. Pick somewhere to look up stuff and look up Maghreb Al-Aqsa, and then it'll tell you that Morocco, west. Over here is west. Whether Earth's flat, whether it's square, whatever, over here is west. Over there's east, somewhere is north, somewhere is, that's what it is. So because we're in Morocco, just like nobody's gonna have any complaints whatsoever about flags when soccer time and everybody's waving their flag. Nobody's not saying anything to them people. As soon as Moorish start show the flag, now everybody got some problem. Why you got not a flag? That's the Morocco. And why you got that? That's in Africa. You're not African and all this stuff. And then don't forget, because we have to take people back, because a lot of people are running off doing BS and they don't even know the freaking foundation. But they're writing writs and they don't even know the basics. So the basics is he's already let them know that he's a Moor. So that's status right there. And after status, jurisdiction over the body, over the territory. Now, remember, he already said the territory is Morocco, right? The subject matter that they're trying to have jurisdiction is that there's no subject matter, because we don't know why he's getting stopped and all that stuff. We just know he's stopped. But while he stopped, he has a flag, and he's saying that he's a Moor, and he got some papers or something like that. To this point, if you get rid of the hoopla and all the distraction BS, the point is jurisdiction has to be established before anybody could do anything. He said his. Now, he put his stuff on the table. Now they have to put their stuff on the table. How come they're not putting their stuff on the table? Like, he said, this is my papers. I'm a Moor. You don't have jurisdiction. And now they're supposed to have the quote-unquote delegation of authority order that they got from Congress or whatever to say, oh, no, well, actually, we have a delegation of authority order or whatever like that. We have jurisdiction over these quote-unquote United States of America. And we just want to check your stuff, make sure that you're really, you know, who you say that you are, because, you know, from the Republic position, you don't got no problem. You know, you just did a little swerve back there. We want to check, make sure everything's all right. Or it just happens to be one of these guys with a flag and he has whatever. All right, well, we'll just stand here. And here we are, just standing here. Now remember, like we said with Brother Lanre when we went out there, and then the right to travel people were talking BS or whatever, when we weren't even out there because of right to travel. We were out there because the Moor got pulled over. He was leaving the meeting, and he just called the Moors and said, hey, I'm pulled over at this corner. Could you just get here? And we just went there. And then we had this type of hoopla. So we know that they don't have jurisdiction once we say we're Moors. Again, we don't even know what's in the trunk or what's in the whatever. We don't even know. We don't even care. All we know is if these people are law people, then in the jurisdiction of law, status is the first issue. And he put his status on the record. There's my flag. Where's you guys' flag? And he better not be stars and stripes or whatever, because that's a banner. Well, let me see what you're pulling out to have jurisdiction. Which is the point that he's making in a very, energetic and, some people would say vulgar way. Okay, yeah, but the point remains, they don't have jurisdiction. I don't care how many F-bombs he said. And they didn't do him like all the other guys or whatever like that, run up on him and break the glass and pull them out and all that stuff. None of that's going on right now. And like we said again, honors to the Moors who were in attendance and had their little camera or whatever like that and had this on the record. So all the people who say, well, I want to see them. Let me see you tell a highwayman, ask a highwayman about no license and all this stuff. Okay, here you go. All you people talking BS. Here you go. Here's a Moor in a quote-unquote automobile, quote-unquote vehicle, quote-unquote Jeep, van, whatever, stopped. Surrounded by highwaymen. No guns drawn. Nothing crazy like you see with the black guys when they get pulled over and stuff like that. But just to remind you, just remember this was more, right? And we're at the point where ain't nothing happening right now.
You're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right? Remember, we only kill black people. Now listen to me. Call the person who's coming to get you. Tell them they don't need to come. All right? Yeah. Okay? So go ahead and call them. I'm going to take you to jail, and then I'm going to impound the car. It's more than that.
Right, now that's with a license. That's with the stuff that they say. We don't know what's in the trunk. We don't know if there's a body in the back. We don't know why they got pulled over. Just like with the Moor, we don't know. We don't know what happened. But they say it's a European lady, and she's about to get kidnapped and her stuff impounded by this same guy who's the guys that's pulled over the Moor right now. And the Moor, have his hand on the wheel and all that stuff like that. She's in the car, don't want to move because she heard police kill people. She heard that. I'm sure this Moor heard that too. You think he's out there worried about if I get stopped or whatever? These people don't have jurisdiction. Not because of some sovereign citizen, whatever like that, but this is Morocco. These guys are Europeans. How they have jurisdiction? Even if I'm a black guy. If I'm a black guy, how's a European have jurisdiction to tell me because I pinched my son at the mall or whatever, they're sending somebody to the house to come check and see what's going on because somebody said that was looking through the cans, saw that. What are you talking about? You're going with they got jurisdiction? Now, if you're Asiatic and you're saying, well, forget what that Moor did or whatever like that, it's all about going through what she's going through right now. Remember, she's a European and she's getting it by her own. Why? Because she's in the jurisdiction. She's European. They got jurisdiction over her. They stop her anytime. That's not diverse citizenship. They're Europeans. Two colonizers see each other on the roadway. Hey, colonizer, what's up, colonizer? You got a license? Obviously, the one who has the license doesn't have the authority. Because they're part of they have their own little stuff going on. You don't worry about them. You're worried about these sellouts not telling you that you're Moors. telling you not to reserve your rights if you get their license. Don't worry about that. But you're going to do stuff in the slave name, though. And then be pharaohs on damn. You're pharaoh on YouTube, but in the ring, you're European. What the? These are people are following?
Fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Man, going. Pittsburgh, PA.
Oh, yeah. And since Pittsburgh, talk about Moors and all that, we'll just remind you, we guarantee you that this Moor is not one of these Moor Science Temple Moors that you see around here talking about they are representatives of Moors. I guarantee you that. Because there was, you know, witnesses that we went to the temple in Pittsburgh as Moors. You know what I mean? We just went like, yo, let's just go to the temple, look it up on the, right after we went to the Moor church with the big Moor on top of it, St. Benedict the Moor Church. Let's look it up in Pittsburgh, St. Benedict the Moor Church with the Moor standing on top of the damn church. See these things for miles. Listen, like, what the hell is that over there? Oh yeah, that's St. Benedict the Moor on the church. What are you talking about right now? So yeah, Pittsburgh knows what's up. We've been Moors, ain't. So we go to the spot. No sign, nothing like that. Nudie bar windows, you know what I mean? Moors looking in the mailbox trying to see what's going on in there because nobody's answering the door. This was supposed to be Moor Science Temple. And then they, you know, when we look through the mailbox, we seen them inside. Inside chilling. Yo, inside chilling. They weren't gonna get the door. Yo, inside chilling. This is Moor Science Temple. We're looking through the mailbox or whatever. Then finally somebody opened the door. Came outside. Moor got a little peep when the door opened. He said he saw a picture in there. Freaking, they had Givenzel next to Noble Drew Ali on the wall and all this. They were going in for their reincarnated prophet. Going in for him. Pittsburgh. So trust me, this Moor is not some Moor Science Temple of America Moor, ink and all that stuff. These guys playing around like they have what Noble Drew Ali brought. And Moors like this don't, because they're standing up for their jurisdiction of Morocco. You're a foreigner. Nothing personal. But if you're a foreigner, how do you have jurisdiction? If I'm saying that this is Morocco, you can't even have jurisdiction to challenge me to say whether it's Morocco or not. Because you're a foreigner. So automatically, no jurisdiction. Especially if you're dealing with the Aboriginal indigenous people, which are the Moors. And some dumbasses call themselves Cherokee and Chippewa and Black Indian and Aboriginal indigenous Atachanis. When all of them are Moors. Just say that you're Moors, stop the BS. Fine, leave Noble Drew Ali out. Say you're Moors. Don't even bring up the Holy Quran or anything like that. Just say you're Moors. You can even leave Noble Drew Ali out and Moor Science Temple and all that out. And just say that you're Moors. Instead of these fictions. That again, the Moor right now is showing you, using the Moorish jurisdiction, how it's supposed to be when they engage us. Doesn't matter where we go. Doesn't matter who we're engaging. If they're not one of the Aboriginal indigenous people, if they're a foreign imposter that looks like us, they don't have jurisdiction. The sellout Negroes don't have jurisdiction over the Moors even. Because they're under that psychology. The same psychology Noble Drew Ali told Moors give back, which, you know, some of the Moors, they gave that back. You don't need no European gods. You got Allah. What do you need European gods for? Who the hell are we? Yeah, we are the ancients returned. Hey, look, you only see the Moor backing down all these Romans? Think about this back then. Inquisition. With a Moor. And everybody just looking like, ooh, oh. He's not Toby. No matter how much of them pull up, he's not Toby. And they wouldn't dare put the whip to him. Because he said his jurisdiction. Think about all the others that you see. Think about all the others that you see. What's different? The only thing that's different, flag is distinguishably noticeable. Flag is jurisdiction. Do you think these people don't know this is Morocco if they didn't run up on him with that flag? How come they didn't run up on him and just pull him out the car? Man, shut the hell up, Moor, with this Moor BS. Like, oh, because he was an elder, they didn't run it. No, don't say that BS. Because they punch ladies in the face. So stop the BS. They kidnapped sisters and had them in cell and killed them in the cell. You Negroes did nothing. So shut the hell up. Because he's an elder, they didn't do whatever. They didn't do whatever because they don't have jurisdiction. We're talking about this right now. I don't care what happened around the corner after this was done. And nobody would dare record that. This is what we got. Just like the fest on the CN Tower. We don't know what the hell's going on, but we'll take that. I don't know this more, but I'm gonna ride with him before all these YouTube Moors that you people are playing around with. Islam to Halima and Nasir, the Duke of Tears, and all the true Moors with YouTube pages. All the clown Moors with YouTube pages. They're not gonna ride with this Moor. They're gonna what? Just watch. Probably started already. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Oh my gosh, he's Noble Drew Ali didn't say that we should. Why does he have the flag? Oh my gosh, the flag fell on the floor. He's disrespecting the flag and shut the hell up. This is where these Moors are at. These sellouts. This is where they're at. Because, oh yeah, and then the only reason that we're bringing this up is because the troll alert alerted us. The troll alert alerted us to where do you go? Oh yeah, the troll alert alerted us to Happy Sud. Happy Sud. And then Happy Sud has 2 subscribers. No content. Just a troll out here. That these people send, remember. Right? These people send these people. These Moor Science Temple people, these people right here, these people send these people. Because we just showed you, he posted this. Happy Sud. He posted this. All so-called Moors who think the Moorish ideology exists to get them out of paying for licenses, registrations, taxes, or house notes, you are being lied to by online gurus. If you truly believe in the ideology of Noble Drew Ali, you would obey the laws like any good citizen, as the Moorish Science Temple suggests. The Moorish Science Temple of America has condemned the type of behavior seen in these similar videos ever since it started in the late 80s. Read this statement from MSTA website. Pay particular attention to cited Acts 5 and 4. And then there's their stuff right there. MSTA 13, you already know, Farrakhan's temple. These Farrakhan's people. 2011, 2019 now, this guy's posting some 2011 immediate release with some ink BS. Fraudulent Moors who have taken the Moorish jurisdiction and shoved it up the ass of U.S. corpse. That's why they have the ink on there, because they can't tie themselves to the stuff without the ink. Because they would be a fraud if they did that. And they know Allah would deal with them. So they have to make their own jurisdiction up. And this is them talking. Calling what this Moor, standing on his birthright so these people don't steal his property like they just stole that European lady's property. Remember the European lady that they stopped? They said, oh, you forgot? Let me just remind you. You forgot.
No.
I can't call them if you don't open the door.
Why can't you?
Because I will not put my...
Use your phone. It's in your lap right there.
I just don't want to put my hands down. I'm really sorry.
You're just really slow.
No. That's just you. Wait too many videos of problems.
But you're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right? All the videos you've seen, if you think white people get killed, you have. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right? All the videos you've seen, white people get killed.
Don't forget, they're letting you know who they kill. And who's all these leaders telling you that these people are? Oh, and who's all these people that's getting murdered in all these countries and stuff like that, that they say we came from there and then they go there and there's more crime and whatever going on there than where they're at. Everybody's playing around. They're letting you know what they have jurisdiction over and what they intend to do with stuff they have jurisdiction over, especially stuff that they don't like. And then stuff in this case meaning people. They call themselves black. And they came over here on a slave ship, Africans. And there's some Aboriginal and indigenous tribe that has some treaty with some Europeans. And these people would never hold them to the Moroccan treaty. It was the first treaty these people made in order to be here. They weren't here doing anything before the treaty with the Moors. These people didn't get over here in 1492 and see some grass skirt people. They'll tell you that they had civilization here greater than over there when they came over here. The hell are you talking about? They know what jurisdiction is. And they know the only way that they have jurisdiction is if people don't have a nationality. People who are stateless. People who are stateless through instruments that they got from the European. Who's the colonizer? That they're telling Moors, oh, don't worry, Moors, they're going to go get stuff from you. Should go get the colonizer stuff. Don't create your own stuff, but you're Aboriginal and Indigenous and all that stuff. And you lost your culture and you're trying to find your culture again. So why don't you just create your stuff then? Why don't you just create your Mandingo, whatever it is, the hell that you are, and go be that? If you're so from West Africa and you came over here, why don't you just claim, be that and then be that over here? Oh no, you can't do that because they know that you're a fraud. And you'll know that you're a fraud because you're Moors. Because the Igbo chiefs over there got fezzes on. Where you say that they took you from? They're making it clear who they have jurisdiction over. These people are making it clear that they're down with putting you in that jurisdiction. These are supposed to be Moors that are supposed to be with Noble Drew Ali. They're not with Noble Drew Ali. They're with the UDAS corpse, selling you out. Listen, a Moor called me. A Moor called me today, telling me that he's been with some Moors, and they're telling him that they watch Canaanland wars. Because the temple where they're at is full of BS. And they learn nothing there. Nothing. But these Moors that go to that stuff, that's probably some ink and all that BS, selling charters and doing all this crazy stuff, claiming that they're with Noble Drew Ali and the Prophet. People running a fraud. Seen it. And said, you know, I got to be in a temple since I live out here. I might as well be at this temple, but I'm over here with Canaanland Moors class. That's where I'm going to get my info. I'm going to go to MHHS and I'm going to listen to Blog Talk and get my info. Islam to the Moors, who are real and recognize real. The true Moors, the faithful Moors, the Moors who know that this is bigger than some temple building, that this is bigger than some club, this is bigger than some corporate jurisdiction with religious privileges. That this is about nationhood. This is about we've been here 50,000 years. What the hell are people talking about? You're not Moors. What you mean? What else are you? What other flag you're gonna hang out the car and they stop in their tracks? Have these people writing up BS about Moors, sending it to freaking radio and newspaper, and then them printing this as if the ink people and the reincarnated temple people and the, you know, whoever they say they are really some authority of all the Moors. And there's Moors who woke up without temples. What do you mean? Have nothing to do with a temple. But they know that they're Moors though. You know, temple taught them that. And again, Moors in the temple, frustrated. These people in leadership telling Moors they can't study from certain people and all that. Now people have to go sneak study. You're a Moor, and you have to watch what you say in the temple or whatever because, you know what I mean? These grand governors over here, they're talking crazy. All we do is read divine constitution and bylaws every day, all day. That's all we read, nothing else. What do you mean you read nothing else? Every day, that's what we read. What do you mean? You don't, what do you mean? That's what you read. The hell are you talking about? When you have class, we read that. That's what you do in Moorish Science now. These are the same people that's talking against what the Moor was standing for. His jurisdiction. It's not a diss to U.S. or U.S.A. or United States of America or European foreign colonizers or conquistadors. Ain't nothing personal. We just have awakened to the fact that we're Moors now. You just have to accept that fact that we're awake, that we're Moors. If you want to go do whatever, then go deal with the Negroes. It's like the Moors saying, like, what the hell is this? You got 20 cars? They got 20 cars. Because I'm saying, you don't have jurisdiction? You got 20 cars for that? Jurisdiction must be a big deal if they send 20 cars. Because he said jurisdiction. Think about that. When he said jurisdiction, that was like saying, I got guns. You want to see? Yeah, they popped the trunk. You guys looked over and saw the stuff and, well, hold on a second. How come ain't nobody pulling out no guns and stuff? They're just standing there. Y'all reading the BS because I'm tired of reading this BS. I ain't gonna read any of the BS. Let's put it up there. Right? They stay playing around under the guise of they're for some Moorish, Noble Drew Ali and Prophet and all. They're not for that. These people have sold out the movement and are living off the spoils right now. Think about the spoils. Think about the stuff you put in the compost. Okay, the dirty Moors are living off that. The ones that are around today, they're living off the leftovers. And everybody get the guy who goes and then he gets the girl who wasn't the good girl to all the other guys. And everybody knows. He's playing around like he's the man. Yeah, I got her. The dime piece or whatever like that. And everybody, she been ran around the hood. But because he's a foreigner, he doesn't know what goes on in that jurisdiction. Stay in your damn jurisdiction. You wouldn't get any problems. So these people playing this, we're the different Moors over here. We're the Moors that follow the divine constitution and the bylaws of the Moorish Science Temple, and we obey the laws of the government. Okay, that's a corporation. What government are you talking about? You're obeying the laws of Mr. Moorish Science Temple, Grand Sheikh, Grand Governor. If The so-called government that you're claiming you obey their laws is a corporation. You know, you're not following what Noble Drew Ali said. Matter of fact, you're disobeying the laws of the government by following some corporate BS. And because of them obeying the laws of the corporation is why they can say part and partial. You won't be partial to something that's corporate. Because partial is dealing with land. Now, if you're not dealing with land, then you're dealing with corporate BS. Again, which is why the Moor set the flag, because land, Morocco, where you put flags at? Land. Flag not just flying, the flag's in a pole in the ground. To say that we found land. And these people are trying to use their little club, lodge, whatever, as the jurisdiction. And then trying to talk BS about Moors dealing with the nation jurisdiction that they're part of. If they say they're Moor Science Temple, then that means Moor Science Temple is not the all and be all. Moorish Divine and National Movement's not the all and be all. There's a nation. On top of that, there's an empire. What do you mean? What you're looking at a pinhole and talking about that's the world? This is how they do. Because they've already taken the bait. They already got the hook in their mouth and they're already just being dragged behind the boat. These people have sold out. Sold out the prophets, sold out the movement, sold out the temple, sold out the nation. They straight sold out. Oh, sorry, Mars. Doing too much more after that. Right, there's the names on it. There's the autographs. Dissing the Moor. How you dissing the Moor for standing up for his stuff? Right? So that's what the troll posted. Now listen to all the abject ignorance coming from not just the cameraman and the shrieking lunatic, but from all the bystanders. I bet that's a fantastic neighborhood to live in. Matter of fact, Pittsburgh was quite live when we went there. Pittsburgh was all right. Like, other than going to that messed up Moorish Science Temple of America, I really don't have anything bad to say about Pittsburgh, to be honest. Moors being there is a great thing. The proper Moors, of course. You know, so Islam to all the Moors that made that experience.
1938, Billy the Sixth going to get thrown out on that alone. The ocean bars in 1938, the foreign registrations.
This is what you need to know. Stuff you need to know, fellas, ladies. Stuff you need to know.
Going nowhere. They ain't got no jurisdiction over it. It's none. They ain't got the standards. This ain't their land. This is my land.
All right, now watch again. Right, this is how you know. This is how you know true faithful Moors and the BS Moors who's writing their little letters and stuff like that from the office of the Moor Science Temple. These Moors are renegades and all that stuff. F those Moors. They're full of BS. Don't worry about the cars and all that stuff, because they play no part right now if nobody pulled a gun or there's no sirens going off or nothing. They play no part. So eliminate them from the equation right now. They're not even part of the equation. They're not even part of the equation. So don't even pay them any attention. No guns drawn, no nothing, just standing around. They're not part of the equation. Eliminate them from your psyche as being there. They're not there. He's just there talking to himself right now. You just stopped in the middle of the street talking. Isn't that the same stuff that the man would do, ride on the horse, run in the community, and then tell the people what? That's the same stuff that man do, put the soapbox and then stand on the soapbox and people crowd around and all that stuff. Listen to how he's talking. I'll point it out to you.
They got no jurisdiction over us. None. They 1938 the foreign registrations.
This is what you need to know. Stuff you need to know, fellas. Ladies. Stuff you need to know.
Going nowhere. They got no jurisdiction over us. None.
Right? They ain't got no jurisdiction over us. That's how you know the sincere Moors. They don't look out there for their little selfish gain. Them having to be the number one guy and all that stuff. The true Moors always talk about nation first. Us. We. Forget I. We're a nation. That's how you know who's real with this. The real ones talk we, us. Never do the real ones talk I or title or as soon as they start talking titles, you want one and all that stuff, don't even fall for the okie doke. Claim you. This is bigger than their little club. This is nationhood. The Moor says us. Remember, he has a flag of Morocco. So he just nationalized everybody in there who's not a Moor. He just nationalized the whole block. All everybody there now has to do is start being Moors. Hey, well, that guy was there. I was out there. He was talking about us. So I guess I'm a Moor. And start being yourself now.
They ain't got the status. This ain't their land. This is my land. This is my land. I'm a Moor. I'm allowed to travel this land. They swore an oath to this. This is the oath they swore on. They all know it. Ain't no license. I'm not under y'all's doors. I don't have a contract with y'all. There is no contract with y'all. I was just downtown with this same bullshit. Sorry.
Stuff you need to know, fellas. Ladies. Stuff you need to know.
Going nowhere. They got no jurisdiction over us. None. They ain't got the status. This ain't their land. This is my land.
Right? This is not their land. This is not their land. This is my land. Why? Because I'm Aboriginal Indigenous here. What you mean, why? I have the flag. I have the status to even talk. That's why they're mute. Any Negro, black, colored situation. Oh, yeah. Oh, you forgot. Seems to have forgotten.
Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right? Remember, we only kill black people. Now listen to me. Call the person who's coming to get you.
You know who they're out for.
This is my land. I'm a Moor.
Oh, uh-oh. 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 You can't say the M word now. Can't say the M word around the Negroes. Because think about how the Easters are vibrating on that block right now. You know how intense the energy is on that block? Words sound power. It's not some Rasta thing. It's a real thing. Spelling is real if you know how to spell. When the Europeans realized that you couldn't just take the culture and take the da 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 da. You had to also take the name in order to really disenfranchise the people. Like you have to take the name. You could do whatever it is that you want, but if you don't take the name, plan's not going to work. So they took the name and the plan worked. Eradicated the name Moor out of history, took it out of books, changed stuff, said stuff Negro and black and all this stuff when it's supposed to say Moor there. Deliberate stuff. But they were only doing that BS in North America where they were colonizing. They couldn't do that in other places of the world where there's no reconstruction of history. Reconstruction of history. What brilliant idea was that? Let's reconstruct the history here and tell it our way. Those days are over. We know who we are now. What the Moor say? I'm a Moor. I'm not being belligerent. Don't get it fooled. Because you have me going in my bag or whatever like that, you know what I mean? I cut chickens off regular. I know, you know, it's not often. Don't think that we're carried away because we're yelling that we're Moors or we're wearing, you know, orange fezzes or whatever like that. You think that we're trying to prove something. No, we're just being who we've been supposed to have been. Like the Moor said today, he's so happy that he's a Moor. Like the greatest thing to ever happen to this Moor was finding out that I'm a Moor. And then now that I'm a Moor, like I get to be like I can really be myself. I don't have to worry about not being myself. And then there's other people who are just like this and they have the same flag and they got feathers and all that stuff. Oh man, this is amazing. Moor losing it because he needs a Moor. Losing it. Just because they really know. This Moor really knows. He really knows he's a Moor. He's not like these Moors online or whatever like that, you know, they're Moor sometimes. The Moor has the flag in the car. That's like the Moor who, no matter where you, hey, you got a Quran on you, huh? All right, good job, Moor. And you got these other Moors that are, whoa, like a Black Fly dictionary on you. Like, where you going, Moor? No, you're just out here. Wow. These Moors, I love these Moors. They go hard. They go hard. These Moors are the Moors that you want to be around. No, it's not the how you're looking at it. Looking at it completely wrong. The point is he's following the basics. The first thing is status. I'm a Moor. Here's my flag, which sets a jurisdiction. Now, you know, I know Moor's gonna be going crazy and stuff like that, pinning the flag to the top of the stuff and all that stuff. Don't go nuts. It's not to go nuts. And you better not have 50 keys in the back and all that stuff, because it's not gonna work like that.
My land. This is my land. I'm a Moor. I'm allowed to travel this land. They swore an oath to this. This is the oath they swore on. They all know it. Ain't no license. I'm not under y'all's doors. I'm not under a contract with y'all. There is no contract with y'all.
Right? Again, the basics. Forget put the stuff in the trust and all that stuff. The basics is where's the contract? I got a contract with you, Mr. Guy, just standing out here that I never met you before. Like, we got a contract? How we got a contract? Please explain to me how we got a contract. I really need to know. How is it that I never seen you ever before, but we have a contract? Oh, because you're supposed to have a license for the whatever. But you don't have jurisdiction. What do you mean license for whatever? They're supposed to go about their business. The problem is too many people have been compromised. And the compromised people, without reservation of rights, without using their free national name, without having their turban or fez on, get these instruments and give them power. We know Moors with licenses, and those are dead. They just have it because of the jurisdiction they're in, driver or whatever like that. So they got the stuff, but that ain't what it. That's not what it is. Like, they're not a Moor because they have a license. They're not a Moor until they put the license in the pocket, and then now they're a Moor. What are you talking about? So the Moor is telling them simply, one, status. Two, jurisdiction. Two, 2B. Where's the contract? If you're claiming jurisdiction, there must be a contract to prove you have it. It's not rocket science. Now let's go on their side now. Now let's go on their side and look at this situation. So, for whatever reason, pulled over, we get the call. Oh, our sovereign citizen, let's go, hurry up before we got, these guys kill police and stuff like that. Pull up or whatever, jump out the car. And there's a guy there with my oath in his hand, with a Moroccan flag, saying that we don't have jurisdiction. You'd probably be just standing there too. Because first of all, how do you get my oath? How do you get my oath? Who are you that you know where to get my oath from? That when I went to the college of the whatever like that, they put me in the box, make me sign the oath so that nobody could see stuff. How you get that? That's not supposed to be public record. What do you mean it's public record? What do you mean you know my oath or whatever? So you know that I'm supposed to protect the public and I'm supposed to enforce the Constitution and all that stuff? Oh, so if you know all that stuff, then that means that you would know that a policy enforcer, because the only jurisdiction of law enforcement is a sheriff. So I better just stand here and be glad I'm getting $50 an hour. Just stand here. Suck to not be getting $50 an hour right now, just standing here. I wonder if he has any guns in the car. I wonder if he's really a sovereign citizen. He just has the flag out just like that. Where the hell did he even get that flag? Who the hell sells these flags? These damn Moors. I'm tired of these Moors. Getting tired of these Moors. I wish I could talk to Frank right now, but we have to make this look cool. This is weird. How the hell did he get our oath? And why does he keep saying jurisdiction? How does he know that we might assume jurisdiction? How does he know we might assume jurisdiction? So he's calling a jurisdiction before we get to present. Remember, off the top, he's telling them, you don't have any jurisdiction. So don't even try to come over here and ask me for a license. Because you don't, do not pass go. Yeah, but I have the badge of the you just can't, you can't. I understand your badge. I see it, very, very shiny. But you can't pass go. I'm looking at all of you. And all of you, all you guys look like foreigners. Status, jurisdiction. Ryan, don't forget, him making this proclamation means that he has the power of 100 bailiffs right now. You think being a Moor has no force behind it? Think about how much people they called out. Thought they had some sovereign citizen. They had a Moor they wish they never stopped. They wish they would have never stopped for him.
I was just downtown with this same bullshit. Sorry, motherfucker.
You see, I ain't touch him. You see that, right?
Yeah, I'm a Moor. I got every right to travel from here to Timbuktu. They ain't
Timbuktu.
Oh, they want it. They want to be the Jews. They want to be the.
Right? No, let's just go over here real fast. Since he brought up the Jews and stuff like that.
Shalom, Chabarim, Shalom, I colleagues in the co-league of His Majesty and the College of His Majesty. Yes, I universal, non-partial. This particular vid right here, I'm wondering, how should we call the name? First of all, this is part of we call this the Moors, the series on Moors here in the College Society of His Imperial Majesty, LOJ Society. Also join us on the EN and the IRI, the Blog Talk Radio /LOJ Society. Also can link us at blogtalkradio.com/discipleship radio. That last O in radio is a Z0. Yes, I. Or call in 515-605-9770.
61. Do I have that there correct? The call-in number 515-602-9761 from Tuesday to Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Yes, I get times and listing from RastafariGroundation.org. But this one right here is just for the lecture series, building up on the Balak Torah portion, the 40th Torah portion, the previous Torah portion. Here we're in the 41st. Phineas, just a mark and note this was the time. But this point right here about the black Jews, the black Jews were Moor. They were Moor or Moors before Noble Drew Ali, or should we say Timothy, before Timothy became Timothy Ali and then the whole Noble Drew Ali thing. So that means that the whole idea of what it is truly to be a Moor has changed. Remember the scripture says that they shall seek to do what? Change laws.
Oh, here they go, the scripture. They got, oh, there they go. King James, they're holy King James, European psychology, as usual. Now, stop lying. These are Moorish Jews. They have the sign, but they would never show you the sign. They would only show you them. Show the goddamn sign so they could see, the people could see that it says Moorish Jews. So if they're Moorish, that means they're not Jew. Obviously, if they're Moorish, that's their nationality. There's no way that they're Moorish because of some religious whatever. These people are going to be rabbis of Lions of Judah, but not be Moors. And they're going to lie to people and say that these are black Jews. And then they came before Noble Drew Ali. They were called Moorish. So that means Noble Drew Ali is really Jewish. The hell are you talking about? What kind of weed are you smoking? Your batch is no good. Give up on smoking weed. You tell me about black Jews before Noble Drew Ali, when they were around during the same time. What the hell are you talking about? The hell are these people talking about? Always these sellouts trying to disconnect from their birthright. Always want to disconnect from their birthright. It could just be Moors, but nah. They want to be black Jews. Woe unto those who call themselves Jew. Since you want to quote scriptures, they're from the synagogue of Satan. This is who these people are. If they call themselves anything other than Moors as a nationality and try to tell you Moors is some religious, whatever, Islamic and all that stuff, well, it has nothing to do with what Moors are. Way off. They're games to play with you. Just like all these people they're gonna be talking crazy. They'll be talking crazy. Supreme Court denies appeal in sexual abuse of a 10-year-old. Oh my gosh, how could they do that? These Europeans, oh my gosh. Why would they do this? This is not right. This is a minor. Well, God damn it. If these Europeans used to eat babies and all that stuff, what the hell are you complaining about some sexual whatever? You're not complaining about the statue that they still have up right now today with them eating babies. Switzerland, Finland, all that stuff, same place. Poland, Germany, all the stuff, same stuff. Stop playing, different than anything. All is one jurisdiction. All that's Asia. Stop this. Europeans colonized many places. And they left their mark of who they really are. Got a baby eater. Baby eater statue. And people talking BS about some Supreme Court of Finland doing some sexual whatever with 10-year-old. Get the hell out of here. You people been played. You did nothing about the baby eating statue. So don't tell me about you're mad about some pedophilia or whatever. And then you people talking your crazy stuff about because people are banned from Facebook and stuff like that. They want to shut him up. He talks too much truth and all that. What truth? What truth? What's unjustified? How is the devil? Hold on a second. So you guys say the white man's the devil. The white man has a platform called Facebook and Instagram, and they kicked you off, and you're saying it's unjustified that the devil kicked you off the stuff when all you do is talk about the devil? The hell do you mean? Why wouldn't the devil kick you off the stuff? How is it unjustified? That's what you should want. You should be rejoicing because the devil kicked you off the stuff. Like, what? Hold on a second. I'm confused. I'm confused. Really confused. So the white man banned you and you're mad. But all you do is talk BS about the white man. Oh, but then they're going to brag that they have their own platform and their own, we have our own whatever that we can go watch our Farrakhan by ourselves, and you can go our website and we have our own whatever. So why are you mad about this Europeans kicking you off their platform? Why? Why be mad? They must be down with the establishment. They must be down with it. Peace. 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 Oh, it's okay. I don't have an air duct. I don't have an air duct. Thank you. Air duct cleaning. You know, check this stuff before you call. So these guys are mad that the European kicked them off their platform that they know is European. Rallying. Remember. Oh, yeah, you forgot. Let me just.
Tell them they don't need to come. All right? Yeah. Okay? So go ahead and call them. I'm going to take you to jail, and then I'm going to impound the car.
Oh, remember, that's what they're doing to their own. That's a European talking to a European. Oh, no, just call them, and you're going to jail, and we're taking the car right now. So that's that. To their own. Now, don't forget. Don't forget Alex Jones. He's another one that they, kicked off the stuff or whatever. Yeah, he's their own. Talking BS about them. And then you're mad because they kicked you off the stuff. Why are you mad? You don't got freedom of speech. You got licenses and stuff like that. Y'all been talking about U.S for the past 20, 30 years. I've been talking about citizens and all that stuff. Oh, now you got, oh, you think you got right to free speech when you don't have a national? You thought you could be a citizen of Walmart and have right to free speech. Oh, that's what you thought, huh? You thought wrong. You thought wrong. You're in the jurisdiction. You should have did what the Moor did. Said you're a Moor. Stop playing around with these people. Hey, Farrakhan? How come you should have just said you're a Moor, Farrakhan, instead of playing around? You already went to Bratton Bay and all them stuff. You already got the nationality already, whether you naturalized to get it or whatever. You already got the stuff that you're a Moor, but you're going to let these people kick you off their stuff, and then you're going to have these people marching up and down the place. Opposed to you use your nationality and sue them. Oh yeah, you can't sue them because these are the same people, like these guys, who talk BS about active Moors. Now we're conspiracy theorists and all that stuff. So, you know, you made your bed. I guess you got to lay down. No more Instagram or Facebook for you. Unless, of course, you work out some deal or whatever, and then you get to go back on there because, you know, you're somebody's puppet. You're somebody's cuff boy who has the strings to pull so you can get your Facebook stuff going on again and your Instagram up again. And then they're going to be, you know, talking about how that's how you do to the white man. You got to give them the unity stuff like that and all that. Playing you like some jackasses. Playing you. What did the Moor do? Just stood up on his birthrights. Their oath. You know, nationality card, nothing like that. I'm a Moor. Fly the flag.
Travel from here to Timbuktu. They ain't
Timbuktu.
this. Oh, they want to be the Jews. They want to be the fake Jews. They know what this means. Well, you know what this means. Now that white
Oh my goodness.
we ain't going nowhere, baby. We ain't going nowhere.
We got dogs.
No fucking. Oh yeah, I know you do. I know we get the fuck out of here. I ain't paying this, so don't even get. I'm not taking it. Hey, we don't go for their orders. We don't play their bullshit game. Fuck out of here. Play no bullshit game with these fake cops. They're fake as the kisses. Entity, corporation. That's what they stand for. That's why the women love us.
Laying it out on them. This is all the stuff. Remember, get rid of the hoopla. Forget the guys standing around that don't have any guns pulled and stuff like that, and they're just strolling up to him, making sure they don't make any wrong moves so they don't get sued. Because, you know, Pittsburgh, that's a different jurisdiction. You really don't know until you're there what could, you know, what is what or whatever, you know. Moor might know how to sue them. You know. We don't know. Just something we saw online, video. So we say, yeah, wow, there's a Moor. Might as well play this for the Moor since he's speaking for us. You know, he's not talking from some Moor science temple or whatever like these guys talk. That, you know, no, those guys are against the government because look how they're talking to the policeman. You're not supposed to talk to the policeman like that. You're supposed to be respectful. Nobu Jwali said imitate him and stuff like that. Nobu Jwali didn't talk no policeman. He was dealing with military. He was dealing with sheriffs. He was dealing with no policemen. What beat cop he's dealing with? What are you talking to them for? He's Noble Jwali and all that stuff. Like, what the hell are you people talking about? He dealt with the best of the best. He dealt with the top, the echelon. These people got their lights going, have people thinking something's going on. Not knowing that that's their tax dollars wasting. They're paying for these guys just standing around right now doing nothing. While whatever, people are getting murdered in the black community, people whatever in the black community, people getting robbed and all that stuff. What are these guys doing? bothering no more for no reason. There's bored. There's want something to do. 10 cars for one more. 10 cars for one more.
Lovers.
He heard.
No. That ain't giving you shit. They ain't gonna do a fucking thing. Motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit.
And then don't remember that he already told you that he just came from the court dealing with this BS. Which the fact that he's out here means that the stuff got dealt with in court. So what the hell are we doing here talking about this? Which, you know, oh, you're mad too. He has a right to be mad that he's dealt with this already, and then now they're bothering him again. And then Negroes are going to be talking about, oh, man, he's, you know, talking to the policeman. Look how he's talking to the policeman. He's not respecting the whatever. Shut the hell up. He's doing more than you've ever done in your life. You worm. He's doing more right now in this 8 minutes that you've done in your 30, 40, 50, 80 years of life with a fez on. You sellouts. All you sellouts. Done nothing for the people. Talking all this, we're Moors and stuff like that. Now you got Muslim hats on talking crazy. You don't even rep for your Moors like that anymore. It's on to the Moor.
Motherfucking thing. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Man, we got backed up traffic out this bitch. Motherfucking Pittsburgh PD. Pittsburgh police out this bitch. Like, this shit ain't no joke, dog. My man threw the flag out the fucking well. Fuck.
Got no reason to stop me. No reason whatsoever. Oh, you don't? Oh, okay.
Right. So 13 Supreme Court laws, which are stare decisis, which are already adjudicated, which are, okay, the right to travel, the right to motor conveyance, the right of locomotion are all absolute rights, and the police cannot make void the exercise of rights. So I'm not asking on my interactions with a policy enforcer for any delegation of authority order. The delegation of authority order is issued from the Supreme Court down to lower, inferior jurisdictions, right? Which they deem fit to have them, right? So every court that you see operating is not de jure court, right? Meaning that if they don't have a delegation of authority order and are operating, they are fraudulent and they are robbing the people of finances, right? So again, this is another case, right? They could read these, because I'm gonna give them the paper, whoever the policy enforcement might dam up my travel is, right? Now I'll let them read it, right? But I'll of course talk to them in an intelligent tone and build the case, right? Because it's always building the case, because the objective is to get home or to continue doing what I should freely be able to do within my own domicile, right? So the use of the highways for the purpose of travel and transportation is not a mere privilege, but a common and fundamental right of which the people, right of which the public and natural beings cannot be rightfully deprived. And that's Chicago Motor Coach versus Chicago. So again, there's 13 of them, and you can go into it, right? So just to show camaraderie to my brother who's out there in Khalifa territory. And I thought it was pretty decent, you know. Another document which can be given to the sheriff, right, or whatever, right? It's just I can change the letterhead, no bigger. It just says, "Attention, sheriff or municipal agent. The navigator of this vessel is a Moorish American national. They are not a party to any municipal corporation, city, state, or jurisdiction. They are exercising their constitutionally protected right to travel." I already brought up the Constitution to you before, right? Be advised, traveling in an automobile on a public road was not a threat to the public safety. It's just a stare decisis, which was already adjudicated. So it's just 3 more cases on there.
Real simple. He's violating no law. He's actually upholding the law. These dirties are going to be talking about he's violating something, when they're the ones really violating by not exercising like this as Moors. And again, we don't know what kind of plates he has on. We don't know what's going on. But we know he knows he's a Moor, and he's standing on the fact that he's a Moor. And he has a flag, which gives him status, jurisdiction, and these people don't have any. They can't even assume jurisdiction right now. Negro, black, color, whatever, they already assume jurisdiction and move in.
That shit funny as hell. Yeah, I'm recording all this because this shit right here is like, whoa. Like, rob this bitch. Yeah. Don't forget educated today, because they ain't touched that man. You see that? They ain't touched him. Ain't pulled a pistol or nothing.
I ain't under none of this fucking jurisdiction. We're Moors. Remember that. We're Moors. We ain't got no fucking.
He's talking to all y'all Negroes out there. All you Negroes who want to play like you're not Moors. All y'all.
All this, because this shit right here is like, whoa. Like, rob this bitch. Yeah. Don't forget educated today, because they ain't touched that man. You see that? They ain't touched him. Ain't pulled a pistol or nothing.
Government employee there. I ain't under none of this fucking jurisdiction. We're Moors. Remember that. We're Moors. We ain't got no fucking jurisdiction over us. And I got Article 6 right there. Look, they go to peace treaty. Look, and all they want to know, they go Article 6 right here.
So at this point, like, ain't nothing else. They should just be walking back to their cruisers or whatever like that. Get in, close the door, go about their business. Like, one by one, no word. Just go back to their cruiser, jump in, and just drive off. And that's that. Because they don't have jurisdiction. Nothing to get mad at, nothing to pull pistols about, nothing to you know what I mean? They don't have jurisdiction. Sorry. This one knew what was up. Maybe the next guy is not going to know the law and you could violate his rights or whatever. But no violating Moor's rights, who know what's up and who are not in U.S. pocket and is going to get the little, pass to make it look like they're somebody. Well, no, they're nobody. They're in those guys' pocket. That's why they got the pass. That's why they got to go to the city hall to go do certain stuff. So they got proclamation from Morocco Day and didn't tell anybody.
Man, then pulled out all the laws. Oh my God.
I'm supposed to be set free at liberty, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no Article 6 right here in the
chain.
I'll sue the fuck out of them. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my goodness. He ain't even playing with him. Like, you see the flag? Dude.
They all know it. Because they know it. We just don't know it. We don't know it.
I know it. Think I don't know it?
Guys, they go to Big Street. What part of Article 6 and I ain't done shit. No. Oh, yeah. Good. Yeah, I ain't signing shit. I'm not signing
He said I ain't signing
No, I'm
shit.
not signing nothing.
I ain't signing
I said
nothing.
I'm not signing
I'm not signing
nothing. I
nothing.
don't have no jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction, none.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Throw it in the tail of my propane thing. Shit. Shit. Fuck out of here. Shit. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
They don't even know what the fuck to say. Like, these motherfuckers is lost. They don't even know what to say, dog.
Get the white one. Go get the white shirt. I don't want none of that shit. I'm not taking that. I'm not getting the tossing it all. You want fictitious fake motherfucker. I'm not taking none of that shit. But I tell you they ain't gonna do shit. I give a fuck.
I guess I'll fuck.
I'm gonna tell you from here to Timbuktu. You see that? Oh, don't worry, I will.
Oh my god. Dude is killing me.
Right? So just remember that he told the whole block that they're Moors. How long is that? How long has that Moor Science Temple been in Pittsburgh? Has anybody ever seen those Moors stand on the corner and tell these people, yelling at them that, hey, you guys are Moors. You better get educated, stop playing around with these people. Then you go try cuss out some police on they got traffic stop or whatever. See how fast they go into their kill black guy mode. See how fast. I was not playing with him.
Oh, you ain't know about this? Oh, you tripping. Yeah. Yeah, you tripping. This real shit. This ain't no bullshit. Oh.
Hey, so what, man?
I was getting a flag. Talk about safety. He ain't gonna do nothing to me. That man ain't gonna do nothing to me. I wanted him. You think he gonna do something to me? Get the fuck up out of here. Hey.
They knew that. They knew that shit.
They knew that. They knew that. And then again, we were talking about the other day that this is a prophecy of Noble Drew Ali for all the people out there who are, is he a prophet if he said, this is Noble Drew Ali's prophecy of, this is why I don't wake all you Moors up at once. You Moors are going to go nuts if all of you wake up right now that you're Moors. So we'll do it in parts. We're not just going to wake you up. We'll do it in sections. If we wake all of you up at once, you might tear up something. You just might. You just might tear up something. I think there was one question that we got. Islam to the Moor. FOH to the 5 thumbs down people. Like FOH, like he was giving it to them. That's the FOH that you're getting, the thumbs downers. Brother Khalid, Mother Venus, Mother Tiana, Brother Amin, Brother Yeshua, Brother McDub, Brother Najib, Brother Robert, Brother Inyan, Brother Knowledge, Sister Ivy, Brother Okang, Brother Shinobi, More Than a Name, Al Young, Brother Jerry, Brother Shankle, The Crime, Serendipity, Mikhael, Christopher, Tamaria, Keith L, Akeem, Marion, Crypto, Navi, Charles, Adept, Andre, Almore, Navigating, Yazid, Arkin, Daryl, Karim, all the Moors. All the Moors who had something positive to say. Negam, David, you got some Israel up in there. Islam to the Israelite Moors who know that they're Moors. James Dean, David, FOH to HG, you get the thumbs down. Jerky boy, you get the thumbs down. Jakush, so that was the joke of the whole video. You want to just look inside to side. What? What? I don't know. Noble Drawley said that part. I don't know what you're talking about. Intelligent tone. Go, Moor. Eat him. Eat him. Get up. Islam to the Moor brother Randall. If you're on this or if you see this, don't forget you can go to Canaanland Guide at gmail.com. Yasura, Canaanland Guide at gmail.com. We'll try and find you some more somewhere around. There's more around. You always come in our chat too and see who's over there. There might be some Moors near Buffalo. If there are any Moors in the chat near Buffalo, Brother Randall's looking for some Moors, just leave a comment on the You're Gonna Learn Today video where the Moor beat them up. Beat them up something terrible. Beat them up something terrible. Just like they're supposed to get it. Islam to that Moor. Well, Navi, I listened to one, or Najwa L. I listened to one of Obashango's recent YouTube posts. He stressed that proof of blood is unrefutable in court. I immediately felt defeated, like there is yet another hoop to jump through to legitimize yourself as original people of the Americas. Can you speak on this? I do not want dissension in the ranks. That is why I've said nothing openly. Well, it ain't nothing, because Obashango L, that's our Moor. That's our Moor. Right? And everybody has traveled many different paths in this Moorish science. And there's people who are like you said, unrefutable, and there's people who are refutable. And Majority of the refutable people have something to show. So, you know, when you go to Obashango L, he's gonna show you what's up. You don't have to speculate, you don't have to guess. He's gonna show you what's up. What he showed with regard to the blood and all that is irrefutable. They can't, you know, you can't really say anything. Because again, it's going back to that thing with the video of status. Right? It's the same thing on another level. So that's another aspect. So like if you've been exercising as a Moor and you've been beating them up and they, you know what I mean? Like the blood thing might not be anything that you are gonna gravitate to because you already been doing what you're doing. What's that gonna do? If you already been doing what you've been doing already. You know what I mean? And again, there's people who that is where they gravitate. You know what I mean? There's people who, for example, you know, they just gravitate to tribe. Tribe is how you know how you're whatever. And that's where they're at. And, you know, whatever it is what it is. You know what I mean? But like you said, some things can be refuted. And on some things not. So if you've been exercising as a Moor with no issues, then there's no issues. This is just another extension of yourself that, oh yeah, you know, I did the blood, whatever, and this is what that's it. You know, because I get what you're saying, but that's not something that would create a debate thing or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's info. It's just info. Many Moors have traveled through this. You know what I mean? From many different lanes. You know, sometimes they're parallel with others. Sometimes they crisscross. Sometimes, you know what I mean, they circle back and meet again. Like it's info. You know what I mean? Once the source has credibility, you know what I mean, taking the word, you know, because you're definitely gonna learn something. And Obashango El that's big bro. You know. Like big bro, like, you know, brought him here to do the lecture and all that. Like we, you know, that's that ever since that, we've been in contact. You know, and he's somebody that's on the list of, you know, the Canaanland Moors master teachers. You know. So honors to big bro, Obashango El. Please expound on the importance of opening chakras in regards to each act of our divine constitution. Now let's look at, for example, if we look at the divine constitution, let's pull that up quick fast. If we look at divine constitution and bylaws, not only could we relate it to the chakras, but you could also relate it to the 7 bodies. You could also relate it to the 7 archangels. And it's just going to be the same thing from 1 going down. So the first angel is Michael. And then when you check Act 1 is really Michael. If you put it in the terms of the archangels. And then if you go into the bodies, right? Physical body, astral body, etheric body, right? You have Act 1 being the physical body, and really Act 1 of the divine constitutions is the first, you know what I mean? The thing that encapsulates everything. The shell, the husk, is Act 1. Right? So if we go to, so this is the finding of the third eye, Vera Stanley Alder. Vera Stanley Alder. Spiritual body, mental body, astral body, etheric body, physical body, center of power, and link with the wisdom. Right? So physical body, Act 1. Grand Chief Chairman is empowered to make law, enforce law, right? This is the creation of the body. The grand body is even mentioned in Act 1. Act 2, all meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest because on Friday, the first man was formed in flesh, and on Friday, the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day of all the Muslims of all over the world. Etheric body. After the physical, after the creation, now you're supposed to have your meetings because you have the quote unquote grand body in the institution called Moorish Science Temple of America with the chairman and the grand sheik and the power to make the laws, enforce laws or whatever. So now you start your meetings or start preparing your etheric body or start working on your sacral chakra. Because the number's going down, but we're really going up. Because as above, so below, and right, like he knew exactly what he was doing. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. The center of power. Or sorry, astral body. The astral body. Where you have all the principles, which now you have when the man extends the hands and you have the star around the man. You have the body, then you have the etheric, which is the space between the man and the star. And then you have the star outline, which is not an astral body. Right? Act 4 would be the crossroads or the heart chakra, and then the center of power. And the center of power is all members must preserve these holy and divine laws. And all members must obey the laws of the government. Because by being a Moorish American, you are part and parcel, not partial. Because remember, partial is if you're the corpse, which they're saying is government. But we're not dealing with government. They're talking about corpse. So you're partial to that. But if this is your land, then you're parcel. You're part of the government and parcel. You are part of the government, which is really yours, because this is about nationhood, not some clubism, and your parcel in your own land, right? Which again would be under the jurisdiction of the government, which would be the people, or quote unquote the family, or quote unquote the nation, and must live life accordingly. Remember, the heart chakra is dealing with the love and the preservation of the laws so that the posterity could have something. Act 5, the mental body. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, which again would be 5th chakra, throat chakra, which is dealing with the whole causing the confusion and the overthrow of the laws and constitution of the said government. Because remember, the said government is with us. The said government isn't them. And then again, also too, with the divine constitution and bylaws, remember that he's relating that to the 7 articles of constitution. Because he told us to enforce that. And this is supposed to be practice for that. And then you line up all these articles, all these acts with the articles of the Constitution and see how all those 7 line up. Act 6, the spiritual body. Act 6, the spiritual body, or the third eye. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali the Prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. Redeem his people, higher self, from the sinful ways, lower self, raising up the chakras. And now we're at 6. The Moorish Americans are descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. 7, the link with wisdom, or the crown chakra, or Act 7. And why Noble Drew Ali told Moors to study their divine constitution and bylaws if they're going to be a good Moorish leader, because this is supposed to activate their chakras, or their 7 bodies, or their 7 Elohim, or their 7 archangels, or their 7 anything else that has to do with the divine. And this is why we honor the man for the greatness that he presented for us. Right? So the link with wisdom is you being one with everything. Right? And then he tells you right here, Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become part and parcel of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey fathers and mothers and be industrious and become part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Jew Ali, through the guidance of his father, God Allah. And that's how I would be looking at some divine constitution and bylaws if I was in the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm not looking at it as this is just some laws for some organization or whatever. Hell no. The prophet was too much of a mastermind for those simple-minded thoughts there. Too much of a mastermind to be thinking in such a simple perspective. Right? Exactly. 7 articles, 7 chakras, 7 hermetic principles, 7 organs, 7 seas, 7 lands. Like it's insane. It's insane. Right? Circle 7. Islam to all the Moors. Islam to the Moors for their questions and for their builds in the chat. Making sure that, right, Campbell? 7 days. We even forget the simple stuff. It's so crazy. Islam to all the Moors. They're studying, keeping their mind open. Don't forget, tonight, MHHS Eyes Wide Open, blogtalkradio.com/MHHS Eyes Wide Open. Call-in number, if you want to be calling in, is 319-527-6751. 319-527-6751 and 425-569-5201. 425-569-5201. Islam to all the Moors. Give thanks for the energy. Don't forget, if you want to assist Canaanland Moors, you could just send your dues and donations to MSTA.do4nation7@gmail.com. Once again, any dues or donations, MSTA.do4nation7, do for nation and the number 7@gmail.com. We want to say Islam to all the Moors. Peace and love to all the studiers. The Moors who make sure they know what they're talking about. So when they see these people, they could tell them FOH. I ain't saying shit. Islam to all the Moors. Peace and love, Moors. Islam.
Yeah, Noble Jew Ali told y'all, you're not Negro, black, colored. So anybody selling you that, You know that they're selling y'all out. Anybody selling you that? You know that they're selling you out. Kia, what up? Dreamy and drooling, falling for the fooling. Mental slaves sell out or get bought out for cooning. Being your example to follow with no strain. Meant means mind, so govern and entertain is more than you imagine. Carbon is melanin, Quran and Bible angels are cherubim and seraphim. Riding on the light angles, traveling at warp speed. We created cross reads, now we can't walk free. The mind is the plantation, everything is mental. Even filling your brother with lead like a pencil. Mercenaries with chalk, use bodies as a stencil. If rival gangs won't stop you, barbed wire fence will. It could take more, but it might take less. Cursing your God on Job's cash in the fake checks. Spending fake monopoly money, counterfeit at best. When you see something is wrong, you need to counter as best as you can. You don't need a magic wand or to click their heels twice to escape dreamland. Just use your mind. If you can't relate, you're living in an illusion, slave to the dream state. Just heard about Juali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your east state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shake them by the shoulders, wake them from their dream state. If you just heard about Juali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your east state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shake them by their shoulders, wake them from their dream state. Invasion. Drew Ali my water when the fire starts blazing. Running with the holy buckets, the Caucasian. While Asiatics daydreaming, mental stargazing. Not paying attention, but paying taxes and fines. Now said the world is yours, he really meant mine. If I ruled the world, you wouldn't want to be black. You wouldn't want to be a deadbeat dad or be whack for sure. You wouldn't want to be the dirty moral leader, convicted and facing my firing squad either. You won't be put in a box, forget the cedar. Taking tires off cars at unexpired meters. If I rule the world, dirty Moors would hate it. Find them with their wrists slit and bathrooms naked. Find them holding scimitar handles slumped over with suicide notes to Jehovah. If you just heard about Juali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your east state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shake them by the shoulders, wake them from their dream state. If you just heard about Juali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your east state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shake them by their shoulders, wake them from their dream state. Dream a little dream, wake up from the nightmare, dream a big dream. Live your life in fright, scared to change. When everything that grows must do such or stay stagnant. Living your life as a pageant, made of faces with eyeliner and makeup, created by the same ones you call racist. Wake up, allow them their dignity and exercise patience. Don't shock them too hard with electrifying statements. Everything cloudy, mind acting rowdy, hypnotized by Pied Piper, signing rap ungodlies. Having so much influence, youths won't pull their pants up, looking like a jailbird, begging for some handcuffs. In a dream state, getting grants up for freedom. Fiat is a slave to banks, you better see them. No different than the people are slaves to brand names. Move from dream to reality, change the landscape. He started from the top, don't listen to your man Drake. Only till clan hates and Masonic handshakes don't work. Moors are back, do your homework and assignments. Realize Moorish is the science. You just heard about Juali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your east state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shake them by the shoulders, wake them from their dream state. If you just heard about Juali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your east state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shake them by their shoulders, wake them from their dream state.